The good news, Matt DiBenedetto has a ride in 2021. The bad news, he's gonna once again become a free agent. Yo, what is up everyone? My name is Jett and welcome back to the episode of Inside the Lines. Back-to-back episodes. We got a lot of stuff to talk about here in the world of motorsports. Don't waste any time and jump right into it. Let's first talk about Natalie Decker. We all know who she is, driver in the NASCAR Gainer RV and Outdoor Truck Series, racing for Nice Motorsports in the 44 truck. Now, she last raced back in Bristol 3 or 4 weeks ago, and 2 weeks ago at Las Vegas, she was supposed to run in the truck race on Friday night. Unfortunately, at the last second, she had to pull out of the race and was not medically cleared, and no one wondered why. It was for undisclosed reasons. People were concerned as to why would she be taken out of the race right before the start of it. And also, last weekend at Talladega, she again did not race. Kaz Grala took over that ride for that race. So a lot of people were wondering what was going on with Natalie Decker. And yesterday, she posted an update on both her Twitter and Instagram, giving the reasons as to why she has not been able to compete in NASCAR competition. Take a listen.
So we flew out there, I was feeling fine. I mean, not the best, but I was feeling okay. And finally race day come and I did not feel good at all. So I went to the infield care center and they ran my vitals like they normally do. And I had a really high heart rate and really high blood pressure. And they did not want me going out in that race and putting the stress on my body and maybe having one get higher or too high and having me black out. So that is why they did not clear me. And then why they wouldn't clear me still for the next coming races was because they didn't understand, with being so young and healthy and in shape, why my blood pressure was so high randomly. So they wanted to run all these scary tests like an echo and run that ECG like I wear at home for 4 days and a few other things. And I was very terrified because there was a lot happening, a lot of tests being done, and a lot of what ifs. So I was scared, and that's why I have been silent on social media. But I'm back now because we have all those scary things ruled out. So that's the good news. The bad news is I'm still not cleared. I still have very high blood pressure, and there's something, maybe a medication or something in my body right now that's making that happen, but it's very minor. It's not something scary. So we're going to figure that out here in the next couple of days, cross your fingers, and then I will be medically cleared to come back and race.
So yeah, it's very odd. A high blood pressure, high heart rate, especially for someone that young. Hopefully it's nothing serious. I mean, say what you want about Natalie Decker and what, she has been doing on the racetrack. I don't think anyone wants to wish or to be, no one's happy about what's going on with her. Hopefully she's able to be able to recover fully and get back into competition as soon as possible, whether it's maybe hopefully the last 2 or 3 races of the season or at the beginning of 2021, who knows. But again, hopefully nothing serious is going on. Hopefully it's just a small little bump on her road. She could get better again, recover fully, and get back into competition as soon as possible. Now let's head into our Inside the Lines, the rapid fire. A lot of stuff to talk about in NASCAR, Formula One, and Indy Lights. We first start off though with NASCAR attendance. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has announced that all Florida stadiums will be allowed to hold events at full capacity. Now, although he did not say specifically the Daytona International Speedway, it is implied that all Florida stadiums, including racetracks, will be allowed to hold events at full capacity. Now, even though he has given the okay, the racetracks and events, they are still allowed to hold a limitation. For example, Hard Rock Stadium will still have a limit to their fan base. They're not going to allow full capacity at the moment. So even though Daytona has been given the okay for a full capacity, they still could potentially hold a limited amount of fans for next year's Daytona 500. Kimi Räikkönen is set to celebrate becoming Formula One's most experienced driver this weekend with a fresh deal to stay at Alfa Romeo next year. However, it has not been announced as to who will his second driver be. And it looks like it could come down between 2 drivers, Antonio Giovinazzi, who has been with Alfa Romeo the past 2 seasons, or rising Formula 2 star Mick Schumacher, the son of 7-time world champion Michael Schumacher. The 21-year-old Formula 2 series leader is already making his free practice debut for Alfa Romeo on Friday at the wheel of Antonio Giovinazzi's car, and it looks like there could be a possibility that the future of both Mick Schumacher and Antonio Giovinazzi will be announced this weekend at the Nürburgring. Formula 1 will be making a change to its Brazilian Grand Prix. F1 CEO Chase Carey has confirmed that Rio de Janeiro is on course to join the F1 calendar. There have been rumors for some time that a new permanent circuit in Deodoro, a neighborhood in Rio's West Zone, could replace Sao Paulo's as F1's Brazilian Grand Prix host. Now, Odario Motorsport, a specialist Brazilian publication, claims F1 CEO Chase Carey has sent a letter to acting Rio Governor Claudio Castro. The letter confirms that Liberty Media has reached an agreement with the new race promoter, Rio Motorsports. After taking a year off due to COVID-19, the Indy Lights Series will return next year with a significant number of changes amid improving car counts, advancement to the NTT IndyCar Series, driver safety, and forging a new pipeline outside of the road to Indy. On the vehicular front, the fleet of 2015 Dallara IL-15s will be outfitted with new titanium halos, and to assist the 2021 champion in their quest to satisfy their budgetary needs to land a seat in the big series, the title winner will have $1.25 million in hand to secure a 3-race deal, including the Indy 500. And finally, the NHRA, after going through a lawsuit battle with Coca-Cola through their Mellow Yellow brand over the title sponsorship of their series, NHRA announced 2 days ago that it will have a new sponsor. Camping World, the nation's largest retailer of recreational vehicles, RV accessories, and RV-related services, has signed on a multi-year deal to become the new title sponsor for NHRA's professional Premier Series. The agreement will kick off next season as NHRA celebrates its 70th anniversary with the NHRA Winter Nationals, the 61st edition, at Auto Club Raceway in Panama on April 9th to the 11th. And now let's finally talk about the news that I'm pretty sure everyone has been waiting to hear. For a while now, we've been wondering, where will Matt DiBenedetto be in 2021? For months now, it's been speculated that he could potentially be out of a ride at the end of the season. But it looks like after getting the car into the playoffs, finishing second at Vegas and, well, second for about 3 or 4 minutes at Talladega, a lot of people wanted DiBenedetto back in the 21 ride in 2021. And they've got their wish. Both Team Penske and the Wood brothers both announced DiBenedetto will be back in 2021. However, he will not be back in the car in 2022. That ride will go to Xfinity Series driver Austin Cindric. Now, Austin Cindric, if you've watched him in the Xfinity Series, has been on a tear this season. 5 wins, I think 17 top 5 finishes, winning the Xfinity Series regular season championship. Him and Chase Briscoe had been the top 2 drivers this entire season. And so because of his performance this season, a lot of people were wondering, when are we going to see Cindric enter into the Cup Series? And a lot of people have been wondering that he could potentially take over the 21 ride. Now, at first, a lot of people thought he could take over Brad Keselowski's ride until Keselowski signed an extension deal. So that 2 car is closed off. Now people were saying he could take over DiBenedetto maybe at the end of this year. But now it looks like it'll be DiBenedetto 2021 and Austin Cindric in 2022. Roger Penske sent in a statement regarding the announcement of this, I guess you could say, driver trade for 2021 and 2022. He said, as we continue to position our team for future success, it is important to make sure Austin continues his development in the Xfinity Series with Team Penske. Austin has made great strides in recent years, and he has become a consistent winner and a true championship contender this season. He'll continue his natural progression and get some Cup Series experience in 2021 that will help him prepare for a full season in 2022 with a new next-gen car, racing the number 21 Ford Mustang for the Wood brothers. Now, I'm not surprised with this announcement. Again, I had a feeling that Cindric would take over the Wood brothers sooner or later. I just had this feeling that DiBenedetto was going to be out of a ride very, very soon. So by this announcement, I'm not surprised. I am kind of surprised with that. They are going to be giving him Cup racing, or at least Cup experience for 2021, because I don't think we've ever seen Team Penske open up a 4th car, or at least I'm expecting he's going to drive for Team Penske part-time in the Cup Series. I don't think they've ever ran a 4th car in the Cup Series level, at least if so, it was way back in the day. But this is a good news. This is good. Cindric, obviously, you need to get some Cup experience before you're ready to tackle on the next-gen car in 2022. It also makes sense why they're doing this, because it's a brand new car. With the next-gen coming out in 2022, brand new car, basically everyone's going to start off on a clean plate, or at least on a clean slate, I should say. So it makes sense why they make this announcement for 2022 and not 2021. You know, they say, hey, 21 or next year, get some more experience in Xfinity Series before you're ready to go to the Cup level. But man, I mean, I will say I'm happy for DiBenedetto. I'm happy that he's going to be back in the 21 car next season, but it seems like every single year we know his future is not clear. We know it's almost every single year, it seems like for the past 3 or 4 years, he's always been a free agent. You know, he's never, but I don't think he's ever had a point in time in his career where he has settled in. You know, like maybe Chase Elliott in the 9 or Christopher Bell in the 20 car next year. We know he's going to be in that ride for a few years. With DiBenedetto, every year seems like, okay, you're going to drive this car, but we don't know what's going to look like next year. You're going to drive that car, don't know what it's going to look like that year. It's just, and I hate it because DiBenedetto, I like DiBenedetto. He's a good driver, I feel like. Do I think he's going to be a championship-winning driver? No, but I think he can get the job done if you put him in good equipment. So it sucks to see him again being a free agent in 2020 after 2021, but at least this time, he's got time. You know, if you look back when he was at Levi Family Racing and it was announced he would not return to that team next year, that was announced around August. That's when there was just a handful of races remaining. It's a lot difficult to find a ride during that time, around August, September. This time, however, he's got, I think, 4 or 5 races left this season, a whole 36 races next season. He's got time now to show what he can do, look at and press his skills to other teams to see if they want him for 2022. So at least he's got that going for him. It's not like, hey, 12 races to go, by the way, you're out of a ride next season. At least this time he's got a lot of time on his plate in order to show his skills and impress some teams to potentially pick him up for 2022. But yeah, I gotta end this episode off because I got class in about 1 or 2 minutes. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Inside Lines. Guys, tell me in the comment section down below what are your thoughts on any of the stories I talked about on this show. But until next time, my name is Jett from MDK, and I'll see you guys next time.